I feel like it'll be a little entertaining. I don't know how long he's gonna last him with these big shots coming at him, but hey, only time will tell. You know, I'm not here to hype that shit up. That's not even my business. That's somebody else fish to fry.
Yeah.
You know, I got my own fish to fry.
Jermell Charlo, who has faced Canelo in the ring, isn't convinced by the hype around the Crawford fight. With his first-hand knowledge, Charlo's blunt words suggest Crawford may not last long against Canelo's punishing shots. Charlo's comments grow sharper as he reveals what it felt like to fight Canelo at his peak. He said, "Canelo's a mother beast. Maybe I felt that more because it was my first time at this weight division." For Charlo, moving up in weight and meeting Canelo was a brutal reality check. Now with Crawford stepping up to fight Canelo, the stakes rise even higher. Charlo's warning carries weight, hinting that Crawford may be entering a fight tougher than he expects. With Canelo's dominance in this division, it's impossible to dismiss the danger. Crawford's quickness and sharpness will be tested like never before. Caleb Plant, another fighter who has shared the ring with Canelo, gives a chilling account of just how destructive the Mexican champion's punches are.
You know, it's like the first punch he's going to hit you with, you know, your ribs are going to explode and da-da-da-da-da, and it's like...
Plant's battle with Canelo left a permanent mark, especially on his body. He describes the punching power in a way that leaves no doubt. Canelo's shots are something you feel deep inside your bones. It isn't just the force, but the precision with which he lands that makes it feel like another level. For Crawford, stepping up in weight to meet Canelo, this may bring a whole new world of punishment. As Plant explains, it isn't only about toughness, it's about withstanding the storm when those punches start connecting. Amir Khan, another fighter who has been in the ring with Canelo, also shares his thoughts on Crawford's decision to face the Mexican champion.
Yeah, I don't think that should happen. Look, I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast that way. Honestly, I would advise Crawford not to do that.
Khan's advice reflects the concerns of many who have experienced Canelo's power firsthand. While he respects Crawford, Khan is clear. Taking on Canelo could be a dangerous step for the welterweight king. The physical demand of meeting someone as strong as Canelo is something Crawford may not be ready for, particularly when moving up in weight. Khan's warning carries serious weight. Canelo's punches have left lasting effects on proven fighters. For Crawford, this fight may be more than just another challenge. It could be about survival. And Tim Bradley, known for his candid takes, lays out a strong case for why Crawford may struggle against Canelo's size and power.
Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter. Period. He is. Rather you have him as the greatest or just great, he's a great fighter. And he's going to go down in Mexican history, in the history of boxing, as one of the greatest fighters, period, of this generation. Period, whether you like it or not.
Bradley praises Crawford's brilliant boxing IQ, but underlines the true danger, the size gap. Canelo's strength and ability to cut distance might overwhelm Crawford if he fails to control him. The punishment from Canelo's punches is a massive factor that could determine the outcome. While Crawford excels at setting traps and exploiting flaws, there's no certainty that skill alone will be enough against someone as relentless as Canelo. Bradley's breakdown raises the vital question: can Crawford handle the punishment if he can't stop Canelo's momentum? Bradley also notes Crawford's boldness in chasing greatness by taking this fight. But the reality remains. Size is critical.
Like, we know Canelo can be outboxed, or at least I know. The fans don't believe that. I know you don't believe anything I say. I get it. It's all right. He can be outboxed. But the size difference is what's scary about that fight. You know, if Crawford can't hurt him, if Crawford can't stop him from coming forward, and Crawford's great at exposing high guards. He knows how to come underneath and come around it. You know, he knows how to set traps for his opponents. And I think he'll be able to lay a lot of traps for Canelo. I think he'll give him a lot more issues and problems than Charlo, no doubt about it, because of the mentality, and he would come to win. But I just wonder, one, can he take Canelo's punch? You know, and can he stay away from Canelo's punch? And can he absorb the punishment that he's going to get and have to go through because Canelo will close the distance on him, and Canelo will hit him and will pound on him. Now, Crawford, I think, has the skills, but again, I mean, the size, man. That size it's weight classes are there for a reason, man.
Bradley believes Crawford has the tools to outbox Canelo on even terms. Yet the weight gap adds another level of difficulty that can't be dismissed. Crawford's speed, accuracy, and sharp mind may be his greatest strengths. But Canelo's strength and physicality could dictate the fight. Bradley views Crawford's move as daring, but the raw power of Canelo could greatly reduce his chances. Despite Crawford's talent, he may face an uphill struggle unlike anything before. Tim Bradley is open in showing his admiration for Canelo, giving him full credit as one of the finest fighters of his era.
Crawford definitely would dare to be great. I think he has the skill set to beat a Canelo. If they were the same size, pound for pound, Crawford's skill set is better, all right, than Canelo's, in my opinion. Okay, now they're not the same size, and that's where the difficulty comes. Okay, all right, but I think that's daring right there to be great for Crawford, because again, his skill set outmatches Canelo.
Bradley's recognition of Canelo speaks volumes about the Mexican star's place in boxing. His dominance across several divisions and ability to adjust his game makes him a true force. Canelo's place among the greatest remains secure no matter the opinions around him. Bradley's insight shows the enormous challenge any fighter, even Crawford, faces when standing against someone with Canelo's unique mix of power, experience, and skill. Bradley clearly sees Canelo's greatness as a major obstacle Crawford must confront in a bout that could define them both. Even before the fight was officially signed, Roy Jones Jr. was already sounding alarms, delivering a sharp warning to Terence Crawford about the risks of facing Canelo.
What about him and Crawford?
I was highly impressed by the performance.
Yeah, what about him and Crawford?
What were you impressed by? About the power he showed. You know, he fought the proper fight for the proper opponent. When you fight a guy coming up 2 weight classes, you're supposed to bully him. If he'd fought Floyd Mayweather that way back in the day, we saw a much better fight. But he did. But he's learned now, and that shows you that he's improved, and he understands boxing more now. Because he bullied the smaller guy, which is what you're supposed to do. What you say?
What about Crawford, Roy?
Crawford still, I think he's a little big for Crawford. I'm not sure about that because Crawford does have punching power and shock, but I think Canelo's a little big. He showed tonight that he's pretty big. So I probably would rather see Charlo fight Crawford first, and then see how that goes. And if he does good against Charlo with the weight, then let's see him come up and fight Canelo. Yes, but not right now. I want to see Crawford come up with some weight classes and show he can be dominant at 54.
Jones, with his depth of experience, warns Crawford that taking on Canelo may be unlike anything he has ever faced. He acknowledges Crawford's undeniable talent, but stresses that Canelo's size, strength, and relentless approach could create huge problems. Jones suggests Crawford might find it difficult to execute his normal style against Canelo's ring intelligence and his ability to absorb shots. According to Jones, this fight will not just be a contest of skill. It's a test of survival. His advice carries weight, given the level of opponents he has faced during his own career. Bob Arum, a legendary promoter with decades of influence in boxing, also shares his view on the possible clash between Canelo and Crawford, and his outlook isn't hopeful for Crawford.
I think Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him, but Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight.
Arum is direct, confidently saying that Canelo would dominate Crawford if they fight. Though he respects Crawford's skill, Arum insists that Canelo operates on another level. He admits the matchup is intriguing, but he remains firm in believing there is only one likely winner. In his view, Canelo's experience, power, and technique are simply too overwhelming for Crawford. For Arum, this fight may be exciting, but the result looks almost inevitable in favor of the Mexican star. Arum goes further, pointing out the gap in experience and power between Canelo and Crawford, stressing how these factors could heavily shape the fight's outcome.
Because Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terence.
Arum explains that Canelo's history of competition and his toughness are unmatched, especially when measured against Crawford's typical opponents. He argues Crawford won't be able to hurt Canelo, while Canelo, with his destructive power, can easily damage Crawford. This power gap is central to Arum's concern, which he believes will decide the fight. Despite Crawford's excellent skills, Arum's insight indicates that Canelo's experience and ability to deliver punishment could prove to be the ultimate difference-maker. Cheyenne Davis, who sparred with both fighters, shares his view on the anticipated fight, focusing on the weight disparity and each man's background.
Crawford adjusting to the 168-pound division. I know he's been sitting at a heavier weight for a while, but he's been showing his training and stuff. So that's definitely going to help him. Canelo's experience. You got Crawford, got great experience as well. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a good chess match. I expect a great fight. If I had to favor somebody, I would just pick Canelo because of the weight disparity.
Davis notes Crawford's adjustments as he climbs into the 168 pounds division, pointing out his training and weight gain could help him. Still, despite Crawford's preparation, Davis favors Canelo because of the clear size gap between them. He predicts a tactical battle, expecting both men to rely on their strategies. While Davis admires Crawford's ability, he leans toward Canelo, acknowledging that the weight edge and experience at this level give him the advantage. Davis expects a close fight, but believes Canelo's natural strengths will ultimately shine. Having shared the ring with both men, Coron Davis continues his breakdown, describing the difficulty Crawford faces in moving up to 168 to fight a natural of the division like Canelo.
It's naturally sits really well at 168, and it's just always tough for a guy to come to 168 and come from that many weight classes up and do something like that. If he does it, if anybody can do it, it'll be Terence Crawford.
Davis stresses that Canelo's natural ease at 168 pounds is a huge obstacle for Crawford, who is rising from lighter weights. The leap in divisions, especially after dominating lower classes, makes it tough for him to succeed against someone who is reigned at 168. However, Davis leaves a small hope, saying if anyone can defy the odds, it's Crawford. His world-class skills give him a chance, and overcoming the weight disadvantage would be a massive achievement. Yet, as Davis reminds, it's no easy mission against Canelo. Roy Jones Jr., a boxing legend who faced some of the greatest, outlines the decisive elements in this fight. He stated, "The weight won't be the factor. The factor will be how Canelo chooses to make the fight." Jones insists that the key to the fight is not weight, but Canelo's approach in the ring. If Canelo performs as he should, he could dominate. But his choices and tactics in the moment will decide the outcome. He continued, if Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, he wins the fight. If he comes out and does what he shouldn't do, Crawford wins the fight. Jones is certain that the result depends on Canelo's mindset and execution. If he controls the tempo and sticks to his game, Canelo holds the edge. But if he falters or lets Crawford take control, Crawford can seize the moment. Jones concludes this fight will be determined not just by skills, but by who imposes their will most effectively. He sees it as Canelo's fight to lose. The Canelo vs. Crawford clash has all the ingredients of a classic, with two skilled warriors colliding. Canelo brings heavy power, long experience, and a record of beating giants. Crawford carries speed, intelligence, and adaptability. As Jones highlights, strategy will rule the night. If Canelo stays disciplined, he likely wins. But if he slips, Crawford could shock the world. For Crawford, it's the ultimate test, moving up in weight to fight a man of Canelo's size and strength. The weight may matter, but analysts agree execution matters more. What do you think? Can Crawford's speed and tactics neutralize Canelo's power and resume? Will Canelo control the ring and avoid errors? Who enters with the mental edge? And crucially, can Crawford prove his greatness by conquering Canelo? Share your views in the comments. Who do you see winning? Don't forget to subscribe and follow our detailed breakdowns. Stay locked in the countdown to this mega fight has started, and we'll track every step until fight night. Smash that subscribe button, drop a like, and leave your thoughts in the comments. This is Fighter's Legacy, where warriors never fade.